Hi and welcome to the Tristan channel, and in this video I'll be talking about the Green Man. The Green Man is a legendary being primarily interpreted as a symbol of rebirth, representing the cycle of new growth that occurs every spring. The Green Man is most commonly depicted in a sculpture or other representation of a face which is made of or completely surrounded by leaves. The Green Man motif has many variations. Branches or vines may sprout from the mouth, nostrils, or other parts of the face, and these shoots may bear flowers or fruit. Found in many cultures from many ages around the world, the Green Man is often related to natural vegetation deities, often used as decorative agricultural ornaments. Green men are frequently found in carvings on both secular and ecclesiastical buildings. The Green Man is also a popular name for the English public houses, and various interpretations of the name appear on inn signs, which sometimes show a full figure rather than just the face. Some speculate that the mythology of the Green Man developed independently in the traditions of separate ancient cultures and evolved into the wide variety of examples found throughout history. In his A Little Book of the Green Man, as well as his website, Mike Harding gives examples of Green Man figures from Lebanon and Iraq dating back to the 2nd century. Similar figures exist in Borneo, Nepal, and India. A 4th century example of a Green Man disgorging vegetation from his mouth is found at St. Aber in St. Hilaire-le-Grand, dating 400 AD. The tradition of the Green Man being carved onto Christian churches exists across Europe, including examples such as the 7 Green Men of Nicosia, carved into the facade of the 13th century St. Nicholas Church in Cyprus. Harding references a head from the 8th century Jain temple in Rajasthan. There are Romanesque heads in 11th century Templar churches in Jerusalem. Harding tentatively suggests that the symbol may have originated in Asia Minor and been brought to Europe by travelling stone carvers. From the Renaissance onwards, elaborate variations on the Green Man theme, often with animal heads rather than human faces, appear in many media other than carvings, including manuscripts, metalwork, book plates, and stained glass. They seem to have been used purely for decorative rather than reflecting any deeply held belief. A Swiss engraver, Numa Goyet, created a book plate depicting a Green Man in exquisite detail. It was completed circa 1887. In Britain, the image of the Green Man enjoyed a revival in the 19th century, becoming popular with architects during the Gothic Revival and the arts and crafts era, when it appeared as a decorative motif in and on many buildings, both religious and secular. American architects took up the motif around the same time. Many variations can be found in neo-Gothic Victorian architecture. He was very popular amongst Australian stonemasons and can be found on many secular and sacred buildings, including an example on Broadway, Sydney. Superficially, the Green Man would appear to be pagan, perhaps a fertility figure or a nature spirit, similar to the Woodrows the wild man of the woods, and yet he frequently appears carved in wood or stone in churches, chapels, abbeys, and cathedrals, where examples can be found dating through to the 20th century. In one of his roles, the ancient Egyptian god Osiris is regarded as a green deity and is commonly depicted with a green face, representing vegetation, rebirth, and resurrection. Containers of soil in the shape of Osiris plated with seed are found in some New Kingdom tombs. The sprouting grain implied the resurrection of the deceased. Other gods depicted green are Amogar Siddhi in Tibet and Tlaloc in Mexico. Parallels have been drawn between the Green Man and various deities, including the British Celtic Lud, also known as Nodens. Osiris, Odin, Dionysus, and even Jesus, Father Christmas, who was often shown wreathed in ivory in early depictions, has been suggested as a similar woodland spirit. In nations such as Germany, Iceland, and England, depictions of the Green Man could have been inspired by a deity such as Freya or Odin, as both have many attributes of the later Green Man from throughout Europe. Another explanation for the disembodied head is that it is Mimir's head from Norse mythology. Mimir is the uncle of Odin and is a god of knowledge and wisdom. His well is located in Jotunheim, the land of ice giants. He is beheaded by the Vana gods for controlling Hunir, Asa god chieftain. After the Asavanya war, the severed head is then sent to Odin, who embalms the head with herbs and spices to stop it from rotting. He then reanimates the head and keeps it with him, so Mimir's wisdom and knowledge is not lost. After the Viking Age in the UK, some churches incorporated the Green Man motif in reference to knowledge and wisdom. A character superficially similar to the Green Man in the form of a partly foliated mask surrounded by Bacchic figures appears as the centre of the 4th century silver salver in the Mildilhall treasure found at a Roman villa site in Suffolk, England. The mask is generally agreed to represent Neptune or Oceanus, and the foliation is seaweed. Some commentators conflate or associate the term with Jack in the Green. Green cats, lions, and demons are also found on gravestones and other memorials. Human skulls are sometimes shown sprouting grapevines or other vegetation, presumably as a symbol of a resurrection. In Sanskrit, the Green Man is conjugated with Gana Kit Mukha, or face of glory, which is related to the lily of Shiva and Rahu. The face of glory is often seen in Vajrayana Buddhist Thangka art and iconography, where it is often incorporated as cloud form and depicted crowning the wheel of becoming, or the Bhavaga Chakra. Kedir or Al-Kedir, the green one, also transcribed as Kedir Khizr, is a revered figure in Islam whom the Quran describes as a righteous servant of God who possessed great wisdom or mystic knowledge. In the Quran, Al-Kedir was mentioned as a contemporary of Moses who was said to be wiser and more knowledgeable than Moses. The 18th surah, The Cave, presents a narrative where Kedir accompanies Moses and tests him about his oath to not ask any questions. In Sufi theology, and tradition, Kadir is identified in esoteric Sufism with the Green Man. In his book about the work of Henry Corbin and others concerning the 12th century Muslim saint Ibn Abaray, Tom Cheetham, an authority on Islamic mysticism and Sufism, develops the idea of the Green Man Kadir as the principle meditating between the imaginary realm and the physical world. On a similar theme, author on spirituality and architecture William Anderson writes concerning Al-Qadir. There are legends of him in which, like Osiris, he is dismembered and reborn, and prophecies connecting him, like the Green Man, with the end of time. His name means the Green One or Verdant One. He is the voice of inspiration to the aspirant and committed artist. He can come as a white light or the gleam on a blade of grass, but more often as an inner mood. The sign of his presence is the ability to work or experience with tireless enthusiasm beyond one's normal capacities. In this there may be a link across cultures, because one reason for the enthusiasm of the medieval sculptures for the Green Man may be that he was the source of every inspiration. The Green Man is a recurring theme in literature. Sometimes the figures of Robin Hood and Peter Pan are associated with a Green Man, as is that of the Green Knight in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The Green Knight in this poem serves as both a monster antagonist and as a mentor to Sir Gawain, belonging to a pre-Christian world in which seems antagonistic too, but is in the end harmonious with the Christian one. During the post-war era, literary scholars interpreted the Green Knight as being a literary representation of Lady Raglan's Green Man as described in her article The Green Man in Church Architecture, published in the Folklore Journal of March 1939. This association ultimately helped consolidate the belief that the Green Man was a genuine medieval folkloric figure. Sir James Fraser mentions the tradition in The Golden Bow. Kingsley Amis' novel The Green Man 1969 is about a modern incarnation of the Green Man, who in the novel is portrayed as an ancient pagan monster. Stephen Fry wrote a pastiche of a poem called The Green Man as part of his novel The Hippopotamus. In Charles Olson's book Archaeologists of Mourning, there is a poem entitled The Green Man. Ronald Johnson also wrote a book-length poem sequence, The Book of the Green Man. The premise has even made its way into comics, most notably with the character of Swamp Thing. In Thomas Nash's Masque Summer's Last Will and Testament 1592, the character, commenting upon the action, remarks, after the exit of satyrs and wood nymphs, the rest of the green men have responsible voices. Green men and variants on the theme frequently occur in modern fantasy, literature and science fiction. Tom Bombadil and the Ents in The Lord of the Rings could be considered possible examples. In Kenneth Grahame's 1908 children's classic The Wind in the Willows, a depiction of a natural deity analogous with Pan and the Green Man legend appears as the climax of the mystical experience within the chapter The Piper and the Gates of Dawn. Later, the psychedelic rock band Pink Floyd's debut studio album took its name from that chapter. Elsewhere, Robert Jordan's series The Wheel of Time features a character named Someshta, referred to as the Green Man. He is the sole survivor of a race called the Nim, who were originally entrusted as the gardeners of the world, and who had the ability to manipulate the life and growth of plants around them. He first appears in Book 1, The Eye of the World, in chapters 49, The Dark One Stirs, and chapter 50, Meetings at the Eye. He later reappears in Book 4, The Shadow Rising, in chapter 26, The Dedicated, in a terrestrial location in Rudian. A character called the Green Man also appears in Gene Wolfe's series, The Book of the New Sun. In that story, the character is a time traveller from a possible future of Earth, URTH, i.e. Earth, where humanity has also altered pond scum until it became so it can live on our blood, and by its intervention have at last made our peace in humanity's long struggle with the sun. In us the tiny plants live and die, and our bodies feed from them, and they're dead and require no nourishment. All the famines and all the labour of growing food are ended. The Cornish poet Charles Causley, the 1967 winner of the Queen's Gold Medal for Poetry, wrote a poem titled Green Man in the Garden. In the final years of the 20th century and earliest of the 21st, the appearance of the Green Man proliferated in children's literature. Examples of such novels in which the Green Man is a central character are Belle Mooney's 1997 works The Green Man and The Joining Rainbow, Jane Gardner's 1998 The Green Man and Geraldine, McCarthy Marine's 1998 The Stones Are Hatching. With many of these depictions, the Green Man figure absorbs and supplants a variety of other wild men and gods, in particular those which are associated with a seasonal death and rebirth. The Rotterwood trilogy by Andrew Caldershot draws heavily on the concept of the Green Man embodied by the gardener Hayman Salt, who is transformed into the Green Man at the climax of the first book. The Deptford Mice books by Robin Jarvis feature a benevolent deity known as the Green Mouse. Worshipped by the protagonists, he is a rodent version of the Green Man. The Green Man is an integral character in the Max Porter's novel Lanny, which was longlisted for the 2019 Booker Prize. The Green Man and their powers figure significantly in K.J. Childs' novel The Spectred Isles, 2017, which was nominated for a Rita Award. The Green Man is one of the main characters in The Midnight Guardians by Ross Montgomery, where it is recovering its health to beat the Midwinter King. He is depicted to be able to revive spirits. The Green Man image made a resurgence in modern times with artists from around the world interweaving the imaginary into the various modes of work. English artist Paul Civil created the Whitfield Green Man, a wood carving in a dead section of a living oak tree. David Everley, an English garden designer, created the Penpont Green Man Millennium Maze in Powers, Wales, as of 2006, the largest depiction of a Green Man image in the world. Zambian sculptor Toyin Adams created the 12-metre tall Green Man in Birmingham, UK, as of 2006, the largest freestanding sculpture of the Green Man in the world. And sculptor M.J. Anderson created the marble sculpture titled Green Man as original coastal Aboriginal man of all time, from whence the bush and all of nature sprouts from his fingers. Others include Jane Brinderson, Australian artist, Marjorie Bussey, American artist Monica Richards, and English fantasy artist Peter Prakwinic, I butchered that, whose artwork has appeared in several media, including full-body tattoos. American artist Rob Jusak took the theme of the Green Man as Earth's spiritual protector and turned it into a vision of the Green Man cradling the planet. Dorothy Bowen created a kimono silk painting titled Green Woman as an expression of the feminine aspect of the legend. The Green Man is featured in several films, such as the first episode of the Canterbury Tales 1972 and the Draftsman in 1982. In the 1973 horror film The Wicker Man, the local tavern of the Summer Isle is named the Green Man, is the haunt of a group of paganistic islanders. The 2012 Disney film The Odd Life of Timothy Green appears to depict a Green Man figure in its title character. A magical childhood appears in the garden of a childless couple. One night he has leaves growing on his legs, takes nourishment from sunlight and returns to the earth in the fall. After fulfilling his purpose, the Green Man has been depicted in the Netflix series The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as an old pagan god. He is meant to bring the end to humanity, the end of all flesh, where all humans will be pollinated and killed as sacrifices to bring the Green Man back. The 1990 BBC series The Green Man is an adaptation of Kingsley Amis' novel of the same name and starred Albert Finney as a modern incarnation of the Green Man. Your Green Man is the title of the fourth chapter of the second season of Hellier 2019, a documentary series. The episode follows paranormal investigator Tyler Strand through a remote area of North Carolina, where he finds a large Green Man symbol carved into a tree. The Green Man mythology is explored and referenced in additional episodes throughout the series. The Green Man is a part of the inspiration for Alex Garner's 2022 horror film Men, where he features as a character. For many modern pagans, the Green Man is used as a symbol of seasonal renewal and ecological awareness. In Wicca, the Green Man has often been used as a representation of the horned god, a syncretic deity that incorporates aspects of, among others, the Celtic Cornus and the Greek Pan. And there you have it, a video on the Green Man. If you like this video, hit the like. And if you haven't subscribed, then please do. It'd be great to have you here. Until next video, take care and be well.